And police want to remind everyone that driving under the influence is never okay. Just last night, we had the 38th pedestrian fatality of the year. The incident happened just before 10 p.m. at Rancho and Sahara. Police say the driver hit a 52-year-old man who was walking outside of a marked crosswalk. He was taken to UMC, where he later died. The driver sped off from the scene. Police later found the driver and identified her as 43-year-old Elaine Prince. Police think she was driving while intoxicated.
As much as you can enjoy yourself, do it responsible. Utilize those avenues that are available to you, the taxi, the Uber, Lyft, buses. Drink responsibly if you happen to be doing that, but we catch you, you are going to be arrested. Impaired driving, including everything from narcotics, prescription to alcohol.
Police say they plan to have more checkpoints throughout the holiday season.
Thousands of gamers in the valley still have Pokemon Go fever. One organizer of a meet and greet at Sunset Park a few weeks ago planned another event since it was so successful. And this time, the trainers took over town square.
Pokemon! Pokemon! Pokemon!
Nearly 3,000 players say they would be at town square to try and catch them all. The last Pokemon Go event was to meet other players. This time, the game got a little more complicated.
I decided to create an event that had more than just meeting people and to kind of create a competition with a splash of fun.
I put a point value to every Pokemon within the game, and at a certain time we're going to tell all the players ready, set, go, and they're going to find as many as they can in a time limit.
The scavenger hunt was packed with prizes any Pokemon fan would love. There were limited edition Pokemon t-shirts, original trainer hats. The Rio even threw in a trip on the zip line for the grand prize winner. Everyone searched all over, hoping to find the rarest of Pokemon, one famous character especially.
It seems like everyone is out here looking for Pikachu.
Yes, everyone's looking for Pikachu.
I need to catch Pikachu, I haven't caught him yet.
I'm looking for a Charmander.
It's been almost a month since Pokemon Go launched in the U.S., and it doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon.
I didn't expect a game like this to hit the community so hard. When I first saw it about a year ago that was going to come out, I knew I was going to enjoy it. I knew my friends were going to enjoy it, but I didn't understand the effect it would have on the whole population.
A local history buff came across a rare artifact, perfect for the 4th of July.
What clicked with me was the significance of it. I mean, how often in your lifetime do you get to connect so directly to the history of our country, the founding of our country? It doesn't happen. So that's where the value to me was.
Kevin Costner went to an auction and bid on what seemed like just a bunch of old newspapers and magazine clippings. Turns out one of them was an original copy of the Declaration of Independence. Our founding fathers wrote the actual documents in 1776. Then in 1820, John Quincy Adams asked printer William Stone to make exact copies on copper plate.
Like I say, I've had 35 Declarations of Independence come in over the last 15, 20 years. This is only the second one that has any collector value, that is, in fact, an early printing. It's wonderful to see it. Like you say.
At least 500 copies were printed, but only 50 known copies have survived. It's worth as much as $35,000, but Costner doesn't want to sell it. Instead, he plans on selling copies of his original to buyers and donating copies to schools. We have a follow-up in the deadly shooting of a teenager who tried to rob a smoke shop. The district attorney decided to go after a murder charge, saying he doesn't think the clerk acted in self-defense.
The distance between this defendant and the young individual he shot was 40 to 50 feet. Number two, they were not armed. They did not appear to be armed.
Rod Suna is out on bail and is on house arrest after shooting and killing 13-year-old Fabrizio Patti. Patti attempted to steal from the store with 2 other teenagers. Suna's next court date is set for January.
Make-A-Wish is celebrating its 9th annual Believe Day by sending one lucky teen on a tropical dream vacation. This is Cece, and her wish of going to Hawaii with her family is coming true. Cece was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she's currently in remission. The reveal was held at Macy's, and Macy's is also giving back to Make-A-Wish this season. They promised to give $1 to the nonprofit for every Santa letter they receive this year.
I just thought that we were going to watch them perform, but I didn't think they were going to grant my wish today.
They'll go to Hawaii and have a magical time and just spend time as a family and not worry about treatments and doctors and tests.
Macy's hopes to raise at least $1 million with their Santa Letter campaign. UNLV student newspaper, the Rebel Yell, is not the Rebel Yell anymore. The paper officially announced its name change, so say hello to the Scarlet and Gray Free Press. The paper got rid of its old name because of its racist ties to the Confederacy. Turns out a Rebel Yell was a war cry used in the Civil War. The new name is here to stay only if, though, the paper can find funding. The paper is still looking at options to see if they can afford to stay in business.
We would like a variety or a diverse source of funding, so we don't want just one source. So we're looking at other options. We're definitely talking to the RJ. The one stipulation I would have is they can't touch our editorial content.
This morning, outgoing Nevada Senator Harry Reid released a statement praising the paper for the name change. He said this: there were many who felt that the name was disparaging for the paper and that the Civil War ended a long time ago and we shouldn't hearken back to the Civil War and the Confederacy. I'm proud of these students who did this.
Chick-fil-A is coming to the Valley next year. They're hoping to hire about 100 new workers. The famous franchise is getting ready for a January grand opening. There's going to be 2 new Henderson locations, one near Stephanie and Warm Springs, another near Eastern and St. Rose. They're recruiting chicken lovers to fill both full-time and part-time positions. Applications can be submitted online.
'Tis the season of giving, and one local community stepped up their game to put a smile on some kids' faces. Sky Canyon just had their 100th home closing, so they decided to celebrate by donating 100 bikes and helmets to the Boys and Girls Club of Southern Nevada. They said it was the perfect way to spend Giving Tuesday. That's a national day today where people are encouraged to volunteer or donate to their favorite charities.
Since bike riding and trails and parks is such a fundamental component of our community, we thought it was great to donate bikes to the Boys and Girls Club and, to kids, to hopefully start them off on a lifelong adventure with bikes.
The CEO of the Boys and Girls Club says some of those bikes will also go to underprivileged students in the Clark County School District.
The city of Henderson is also giving back by making sure our troops overseas have some treats for the holidays.
Have them join in and doing care packages for any service member that's out there. It feels good for the family member to be involved, and then also it gives a little bit of home to those people who are serving across seas, overseas.
The Blue Star Mothers recruited some of Henderson's finest to help stuff stockings for our servicemen and women. Even Fox 5's own Les Crifton was recruited to the team. The group collect more than 1,000 items for the stockings. The Blue Star Mothers are a group of moms whose children serve in the military.